You've got silo one. Now that is fraud, bribery, unfair terms in consumer contracts, using duress, they use perjury in court, etc. So that's silo one. And then you've got silo two. So when you go and see Constable Nick, who's a buffer, and you go and see him, and he says, oh, I can't see any fraud, etc. Maybe you can't see it. I mean, Theresa May and Cameron did a lot of damage. They removed a lot of the good cops and perhaps left us with some that don't understand it, but equally there's some that do understand it, and they're crooks. So if a police officer and if the regulators don't do as they should in public office, then you get a variance of misconduct in public office. So you get malfeasance, you get nonfeasance, and you get misfeasance. So if they pervert, they act willfully blind. If you take silo one and you take silo two, so the fraud, the bribery silo, and then the misconduct in public office, silo two, you get silo three. And what would you think silo three is?
Just to think.
Silo three is it's human rights abuse. It's ECHR 3, which is torture. It's psychological torture. So when you go to these regulators like FOSS and the FCA and the police and wherever else, and you're kept in this civil, you're told, oh, it's civil. It's civil. Go to court. Go and give more money to the crooks that are screwing you. When I was in court and I said to Recorder Jordan, I said, we've got evidence on Priti Patel and so on. And I showed him the evidence. It was November 2014 in Hansard. Priti Patel is saying, as the Secretary to the Exchequer, she's saying about these frauds and the police failure, and she's talking about 45 cases and so on. She's doing the right thing, and she said, this needs to go to the FCA, needs dealing with, and so on. So great. But then what happened was nothing. And then in 2019, or 2018, I believe it was, we managed to get a independent external investigation into Avon Somerset Police. And it was carried out. Anthony Stansfield managed to get the funding. But what happened? They conned Anthony and they conned us because it turned into a peer review. So rather than police going with fresh eyes and an honest view, an experienced view, they went in to look at what Avon Somerset had done, which was a cover-up. And they didn't extend the remit. So it's like having a murder weapon and saying you can look anywhere in the house, but you can't go in the airing cupboard, bottom right corner. You can go in all the bedrooms, the roof, the garden, the sheds. You can go in the neighbours, you can go in the whole town, the country, but you're not allowed in that bottom corner of the airing cupboard. And so what happened was there was then a big cover-up of the cover-up. And that's what happened. But the police officer that was sitting above it was Deputy Chief Constable Jason Hogg. He's recently got suspended and then reinstated for tampering with evidence. And the one below him was Nick Johns, who got promoted off to the Met Police. And what happened was we had this report come through, and it was 33 pages. And I thought, what do I do with this?